Okay, so the summer reading program in my city is finally started, so here is my spring reading wrap-up for 2018. First up, we have young adult fiction. This adventure ends is about a teenager who has a author for a dad and who moves their family to Florida, where she meets new people and learns about friendship and art and maybe even love, but definitely about fandom. I also read Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. It's this really sweet story of two boys who become friends as they're trying to navigate sexuality and being in high school and learning how to drive and long-distance friendships. It's a sweet love story that takes place in the 80s, and nobody told me it took place in the 80s, so I was pleasantly surprised when I found that out. Next on the list, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, P.S. I Still Love You, and Always and Forever Laura Jean, from Jenny Han. The first book is getting turned into a movie that's going to be released on Netflix this August. It was adorable, it was great. This book series kind of made me feel accepted and like I belong, because being a biracial Asian American, I felt like I've never really belonged anywhere that I've been, even when I'm with other Asian people, because it's just a sweet story about a girl whose letters to the boys that she had crushes on in the past get sent out and how she manages to deal with that thing. It's a beautiful story about a girl who loves baking and scrapbooking in her family and how she deals with all of the mishaps in her kind of normal life. And it's sweet and romantic, and I love the series so much. Infinite Moment of Us by Lauren Myracle was not a good book. I did not like it. It was a teen summer romance that felt inauthentic and not good. Dr. Martin by Nick Stone is about a young black boy going to a prep school who is writing letters to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and to try and understand his philosophy and to become like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who was, a good person and who did some stuff. And he is trying to navigate his own blackness and his masculinity and growing up in and around white neighbors, and how it deals with class and race and gender in ways that feel authentic, but also in ways that I feel like I'm maybe too mature for. It was a great and engaging story, even if I felt a little bit too old for the narrative. Moving on to our next category of nonfiction. My Life, My Love, My Legacy by Coretta Scott King. The memoir was published after her death and details her time before she met her husband, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and after he was assassinated. How she built things like the King Center and going to school, and what her private life was like, and all of the things that women did in the civil rights movement that often went unacknowledged. I am listening to an audiobook, which is just a compilation of the landmark speeches and sermons of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It's really great. It's great to have the actual audio that was saved from these events and these speeches, and I feel so lucky that people thought to record them. I am having the problem where, because my dad put kind of hateful televangelists on the TV regularly, that I'm just sort of tuning it out at weird times. But he was an amazing speaker, and I want to know more about Dr. King and his ideas and everything about what people in the civil rights movement did, because it seems like we're in the middle of a second civil rights movement. Last Black Unicorn by Tiffany Haddish is her memoir about growing up in the foster care system and with a disabled parent, and what it was like to try to navigate a world in which she couldn't afford to pursue her passions, and how she was eventually able to and became a comedian and a actress that people really like. Vlog Like a Boss by Amy Schmittmauer was a really good book. It's a how-to YouTuber book. I already knew a lot of the advice that she'd already given, but sometimes it's nice to just be able to go back and look and figure out what other people are doing and how you can improve what you're doing. And hopefully I am improving at this thing that I am doing. Next category, children's books, because I still read those and love those. I finished the Land of Stories series by Chris Colfer with Worlds Collide, the 6th and final installment in this series. I found all of Chris Colfer's books to be really enjoyable, and I hope to read more from him. He has a really unique way of telling stories that makes you feel like you're a child again, and that's such a beautiful thing to be able to capture. Accidentally Famous by Lisa Papadimtrio is a Candy Apple Scholastic Book Fair book, which are books marketed towards tween girls, and It's adorable and fun, and it was a sequel to a book that I read when I was like 12 and I really loved, and stumbling upon it at a book sale was kind of amazing, and I loved reading it, and now I'm gonna donate it to someone else who can use it. For graphic novels, I have started reading The Totally Awesome Hulk. I've read volumes 1 and 2 by Greg Pak, which are Showtime and Civil War II. I first became interested in this new version of the Hulk, which is a 19-year-old Asian super genius, after reading Champion, which is a team-up series of different teenage superheroes. And I really like the Hulk's character in that, and I like seeing how he's going off on his own and interacting with other heroes like Iron Man, Bruce Banner, and this older generation of heroes while trying to navigate how to even be the Hulk. Because being the Hulk comes with a lot of responsibility. Anyways, those are all the books I've read this spring. Please tell me what you've been reading down in the comments, because I would love your recommendations. And if you want to see more from me, you can subscribe, watch another video of mine, or support me on Patreon. And hey, I love you.